5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, God damn it. Here I am. Here I am. God damn it, here I am. Yeah, welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. Right now, I'm feeling some kind of motherfucking way, right? We can't do nothing right to save our goddamn lives. You hear me? We can't do nothing to save our lives. Right. How many of y'all seen that Piers Morgan interview, man? Look, man, I believe if you're going to be yourself everywhere. Everywhere. Listen, I'm coming on, I'm going to do my rant. I got shit to do. But I need to say my piece, and my piece is how I got to say it. And I done put pen to paper, and I got to say what I got to say, you know? Listen, here's what I want to talk about, man. Is Jaguar right in the motherfucking head, or is she right about what she's saying? You know, let's talk about her, right? Girl can blow. Ain't even gonna take nothing from her. Been around a long goddamn time. She used to sing with the Roots, man. You know, she was at the Kit Kat Club. You know, they had their little cipher. You know, not to say little cipher, they had their cipher. A lot of good people came out of it. A lot of people was still, you know, around it. You know, but as years has gone on, you know, this woman has decided to pull back the curtain on some people and how they were doing their business, you know, and doing their business. It seems has been hell bent on exposing a lot of corrupt things, man, with certain individuals in this business. I don't know what kind of act she's got to grind with them. I don't know whether you know, well, I guess we're seeing that there's something to it. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? But what I will say is this, sister, if you're going to be you everywhere. Don't be code switching because you're going on the white man's show. Be who you are if you were on Real Street Stars or anyone else. Be that same individual. Don't sit there like you some deer in headlights and you trying to sell a chicken dinner. Yeah. All that same fire and zest and that zeal and all of that you got and that thing, it needs to be everywhere you go. Be true to yourself. Everywhere, always. Be true. Listen, I look at you, man, and I know some of your work. I know your work. Your work ethic was what it was, and whatever the gatekeepers decided to do with you and to you, I hope you get your just due. But don't change up when you go talk to the people about the people, when you're trying to get the people to do what you want them to do with the people, because we the people, and the people want to see the right shit come from our people. See, the thing is, because you code switch, you sit up there and you just as fucked up as that nigga Vlad. That white boy Vlad sitting there. Culture vulture. I'm gonna be me everywhere. I don't give a shit if I get to go sit at the White House table. I'm gonna talk to whoever the sitting president and anybody else. The way that I'm talking to y'all right now is not gonna change up. I got to be me everywhere. Everywhere. That's why they got the little sounds, the little whoop, 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 whoop. They would be hitting that button like they hit. Well, they would hit it anyway if I'm on and it needs to be hit, because I'm going to express myself the same way I express myself every day and all day and everywhere I go. I don't believe it. I was kind of in shock to see her sitting there like a deer in headlights. Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked to see her sitting there like a deer in headlights. And it's like, The here it is, goddammit. When you go to real street stars and whoever else you go to, give them the same goddamn respect that you gave that white man. Yes, sir, and thank you. And yeah, I appreciate it. And how yeah. All that bullshit. Give them the same respect when you go back and you go sit on those sofas in front of those lights. Yeah. Whatever change you taking from them or whatever you doing, give them the same respect that you gave that man sitting on his sofa. Yeah. Don't be code switching. Don't be changing up. Be the same and authentic you everywhere you are. Wherever you go. You know the rest. Look, man. Like I said, I'm not taking anything from her. Girl could sing. I don't know what happened with her career. None of my business. Okay. Um, but the accusations, bombshells, man. Wherever she's drawn her info from, I don't know whether she's paying for it. She can only speak to what witnesses are sharing with her, and then we'll see if those witnesses show up in the cases, what's going on. But damn, Jagger, she's claiming Jay-Z's been involved with all this shit, the backstabbing and the manipulation. Well, I know that was funded. I spoke on the funding and the, whatever that came to Dream Hampton years ago from this wild ass nigga. Yeah. I when it happened, when it first came down, I spoke on it. You can run the tape. Yeah. Go back about 2-3 years, whenever the hell before he got convicted, R. Kelly got convicted. I was telling it how it was. God damn it, where the money came from, because the girl didn't have no access to nobody. She got it from him. Now this part where they're talking about, they sending people out on planes and they were knocked out and unconscious and that kind of thing. Basically speaking to the young girl Aaliyah, allegedly that she was on the plane and she was unconscious. Yeah, bad. It's bad. If it happened. Yeah. Now, when you talk about Diddy, you begin to name other names, and I pray for your cover wherever you're going and whatever you're doing, and your protection. And I hope that, some people may say, well, she's a kook. You're not going to buy into it. But at the same time, some people may believe it. I hope that I pray for your cover, and that's all I can say, sister. But keep on talking, because keep on talking. That's going to keep you safe. Yeah. Have you ever read the book Harker Pale White Horse? The guy that wrote the book, man, he had a preface in it, basically stating that the only reason he was alive, based on the things that he had exposed, was because he had continued to talk, and there were numerous attempts on his life. So, sister, I'm a toast to you, because you've been banging the drum for a while now, and it seems that some of these things may come to pass. But the only thing I'm saying to you, goddammit, be the same wherever you are. Don't change up, man. All that fire and that venom and that zest and that zeal that you give when you tell your story, tell it the same way. Go put your feet up on these people's couch and these people's desks. Take your shoes off, take your head wrap off. Yeah. Be that same person. Don't code switch. Don't code switch. Don't code switch. You ain't clocking into a 9 to 5. They ask you to come there. Be who you are everywhere you go. Because see, that will also instill the credibility in who you are saying that you are. But for people to see you change up and do the little thing, no. I got questions about that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make people question you. Be who you are. Yeah, be who you are. Don't change up. Please don't change up. Now, what I will say about her, man. Now you've tapped onto Clive and Lucian, and all of a sudden, Clive's got a touch of Alzheimer's, which would make him unsuited to testify to anything. And it seems Lucian has stepped down and made his son CEO. These are the alleged quote unquote gatekeepers of the industry and have been that way for some time now, for years. These are the guys they're saying that were able to create the strife and the odds that created the ends to a lot of our young brothers and sisters' careers in the industry, based on, you know, control of the media and things that we see and hear. Here's a concept. I can tell you when the last positive image of hip hop existed. That was a song, or the song that Mary J. Blige and Common did. And right after that, you didn't hear no more songs like that. It was all what it became to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that was by design, to perpetuate seeds and thoughts in our minds and how we should be and who we should be. People don't know that these things that we listen to control our thoughts and our actions. Yeah. See, it's like now everybody's on the drill. Before that, it was trill. Then it was trap, or excuse me, trap trill. And then, oh no, trill, then trap, then drill. And then before that, it was everything else. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Strip culture, all that came up. Or it was catapulted by the change in the things and who we needed to be to stroke the economy in certain ways. You know what I mean? To purchase their liquors, purchase their condoms, to do dumb shit to go sit up in their prisons. Yeah. And anybody that wasn't up against that shit, or excuse me, was that got up against it, you know, they got gone. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you some understanding, man. And listen, a lot of people are talking this shit about big and this, that, and the other. I'm gonna give you some real thing. I'm gonna reel it all the way back in, right? Let's start with the Tupac situation. Okay. Big was writing all of Junior Mafia stuff unbeknownst to Puff. And this is how they ended up at Quad. A lot of things happened before that. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. None of my motherfucking business. But I can say this, that on the night that that incident happened, Puff got a call and was told that Big and Junior Mafia was in the studio, allegedly, recording. And he went up there to kind of try and approach them. At the same time, Tupac was on his way to do a recording with Jimmy Henchman, with Lil Sean, rather. Unbeknownst to anyone else, other than the folks that were there around that time or on the phones or where they were, Pac and Jimmy Henchman had words, allegedly. Aside from that, when what happened to them in the lobby, Pac didn't even know Big was in the building. So when they came up to the floor where Lil Sean was, unbeknownst to anyone else. Puff, Andre Harrell, and Jimmy Henchman were there in the front or the lobby, or when they came out, and that was who he saw together. So this is what started that thing, right? So I'm saying this to say that when people are put in place to keep you distracted from understanding what's actually going on in Three Card Monte or Three Coconut Monte, you can easily be played. And I'll say there's a lot of playing going on with these situations now that we're seeing, right? And the whole time, while we watching this stuff, right, even entertaining it, they didn't kill two brothers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fried them right on up, or stuck them in the arm, whatever they did. They sent them on home. At the same time, they're still covering other things up. We ain't forget about the brother down there in Henderson, North Carolina. He left home to make money for his family and ended up on a tree. Yeah. Same time, we got this goofy ass election that somebody's about to steal. We don't know who's going to steal it, but somebody's going to steal it. Yeah. Talking about ports closing down, that kind of thing. Crazy. Crazy, right? But we're missing the mark because we're talking about people's personal business. So now here's the direction in which I'm going tonight. I don't give a fuck what you do in your personal house, your personal space and place. And not everybody's going to agree with me. This is these people's business. It is a shame that we, as black folks, we will jump out because a lot of us are dealing in trauma and will convict an individual that has not been convicted yet anyway, based on hearsay. Based on hearsay, because someone said so. I'm going to tell you like this. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's about what you can prove. Let the evidence show what it is, and then we can talk. Hearsay gets people killed. Hearsay can cause an individual to change and alter their whole life, their whole being, because someone heard some shit that hasn't been proved, depending on the person that's hearing it. Yeah. All I'm saying is this. We got to stop listening to everyone that has an axe to grind with an individual because of what? I don't know. And as far as I'm concerned, as I said before, and I'm going to continue to stand, listen, look at everyone else that's always had a voice around some way, shape, or form in the last 2 years, and it's silent right now. A lot of people say, oh, because they're on the tapes. No. They see the powers that be. They understand. Here's the thing. The boy ain't dead. You don't want to bet against somebody that's lucky or that's been chosen to do something. A lot of times people got to get spanked a little bit and then dust it off. Listen. Okay. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know whether you've seen it or not. The original. Where the motherfucker had the golden gooses and shit. And the man pulled out the checkbook and said, I want to buy one of those for my daughter. Don't care what the cost, Willy Wonka. I want the golden goose. And he said, nah. And the girl fell down the chute. But they had to go get her out the chute because she was spoiled. Fuck the analogy, but God damn it. All I'm saying is the proof is yet to be seen. I'm waiting for the trial. I'm not going to abandon people because I'm not like that. I'm loyal to my people, period. I know what the justice system is about, and I know what it can do. I know what it does. You talk about bullshit, 3 counts. Come on, this should be way more than that if you talk about something, right? They're looking to convict him on 1 count. The Mann Act is not in the goddamn charging document anywhere, but I can see it for what it is. Okay? Here's the thing. How many NBA players have flown in strippers? Sorry, brothers, I don't mean to put you out there. How many other rappers have flown out people because, hell, I might have gone to Miami and saw someone at KOD. I might have went to stadium. I might have went to anywhere, any major strip club like I saw. Yeah, I'm going to fly you out to my party. Come on. I need you to do my party. When that stripper gets on the plane and come and land, and the minute she begins to work, that's sex trafficking. She's a sex worker, whether simulated or not. She ain't got to touch a dick in the house, but at the same time, because she took her clothes off and danced on the pole, she's a sex worker. So that's sex trafficking. The thing is, everybody else in the goddamn house is there because they came on their own volition. I keep speaking about it, man. Anybody that jump in a motherfucking car, you come, hey, look, you want to have a drink? Drink over there. Go get you some drink. You ain't seen me touch a motherfucking thing. I don't know what it is if we break the seal on the shit in front of you. And the thing is, listen, what doesn't make sense to me is even in the club, unless they had somebody. So who put the motherfucking drugs in the drink? Okay? Think about it now. Everybody that's been to a goddamn nightclub understands when they get a bottle, the servers come like this with the goddamn fire on the bottle, the whole 9 yards. And what people really believe is that's for the celebration. I'm going to give you some game. No, the fuck it ain't. It's for them cameras, them eyes in the sky to say that, yeah, when we gave them motherfuckers the bottles, they were sealed because we brought them with fire on top of them and we popped the seals for them and we set them in the ice. Now, whoever served themselves with it, that's on them. The same with the goddamn juices. So if you're going to talk about this man, I'm waiting for who else is going to be indicted because we're talking about proof, evidence. Not what we talk about. It's not hearsay. It's evidence. It's proof. What the fuck can you prove? What I can say is there is a power struggle going on right now with this business or whatever the business is, because you got to look at it at every turn. Anytime a black man touches $1 billion or a couple $100 million, he's got issues. So here's this guy here. He's been getting damn near $60 million a year from Diageo since Ciroc, or the conception of Ciroc. Now, because he wants a little more, it's a fucking problem. Now, I said it and I'll say it again. The girl was entitled to the money. And that's just common sense. If you were with a motherfucker for a decade, trust me, if you were in the same house, you have the rights to something. And it's called palimony. If you weren't married, common law. You can be just friends. And a friend can come lay up in your fucking house and sue you for palimony. Yeah. So $30 million. Okay, cool. He should have took care of it out of court, did the NDA, and moved on with it. But whatever it was, I mean, I think the pimp in him thought he had broke her, and she was still broke, but he went over there with the tender dick, and the tender dick white boy sent her to get the bag, and she got the bag. And that opened up the floodgates to all this other shit. And I'll bet you this much. You got an attorney talking about he's got over 50 other people out here with allegations. But to have allegations on a class action lawsuit, you still have to prove it. And if you came to a party, you have to prove that, yeah, me, I did something to you. And if that's not evidential, meaning you have the actual footage or photo or this, that, and the other, and some other shit. And the thing is, people can say, well, I got recordings. And, well, I'm going to say this to you. Where did you do it? How did you do it? And, yeah, depending on where you are, we both have to consent to that shit. And if we did not, then it's not consensual, nor is it, need I say it, admissible. So here you go. The chuck wagon is on the road and people are looking to eat. I promise you, something's going to shake. And you hired the girl Shapiro. She's one of the best in the country, if not the best, in dealing with the appellate court, which is where he's going to get his bond at. Okay? Listen, I don't wish no harm or hurt to nobody, but I just want for my brothers to continue, or excuse me, to not continue to be railroaded and lynched based on things that everyone were in their right mind. They were willing participants. Okay? That's it. That's all. Now, I want to shift gears real quick. All right. I got a problem when you got people on the outside of us that are actually constantly coming in and doing shit to us. And here we go. Let me start this motherfucker the way that I would start it. This is a deep dive into why DJ Vlad, a quote unquote prominent figure in hip hop media, has earned the label culture vulture by the black community. I'm gonna unpack these patterns, man, and the behavior seen on all his shit from his platforms, which exploit our black brothers and sisters that come on that motherfucker, man, without personal gain, without giving anything back to us, right? I'm gonna examine this troubling pattern, man. It emerges from his interviews. Countless rappers and entertainers that have been on that show. The minute they leave that bitch, they always, or excuse me, a lot of them seen the courtroom, getting indicted, sent to jail, convicted on shit, even killed, or killing some goddamn body, fucking with this boy. Yeah. Now, what I can say is that it is the interviewers or the interviewees' fault because they choose to go in there and expose their hand. But at the same time, you know what? Anybody I have on my motherfucking platform, I'm not gonna go at them for their negative aspects of their life. That's not my business. Especially when they look just like me. We got something in common. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna speak to the positive. You understand me? It's like I had Umar. When I had Umar on the show, I could have went at him, man. What's up with the motherfuckers school? You took all this money. I could have done all that shit. Allegedly took all this money. I'm not doing that, man. I'm gonna speak to the brother's positive aspects of his life, man, because what goes on with him in his life that's negative or not of good nature, that's for him to search his soul about. I'm not clout chasing with that, man. That's not my stilo. That's not what I do. Now I call a spade when I feel it's necessary. But I'm not gonna beat a drum that everybody's beating. I'm not one of these bandwagon cats. But I'm not gonna sit here and allow an individual to sit across from me and self-incriminate themselves like this guy has, and to his advantage. You know, um, you know what it means to be a culture vulture, and why this quote unquote description fits Vlad. Um, he's an outsider. He's an outsider. Sure, I mean a lot of other people. I mean, everyone has an affinity for black culture, how we move, how we dance, the things we say and do. Everybody want to be black until you wake up and you gotta be black. Yeah, you want to be black that bad? You got a black wife. You got all that going on. But if you woke up black tomorrow, you'd shoot yourself in the head. Your privileges would go out the window as a white man. Your white privilege would go out the window. And that's just facts, man. You don't have the guts to be a black man. You want to be. You do your best to associate and correlate when you're talking. Yeah. You go sit up in the barbershop with Math Hoffa and the brothers up in there and interject your bullshit. Listen, wouldn't be me, man. You can't sit on my platform. And the thing is, I don't give a shit how big or small I get. We could never talk. We got nothing to talk about. I'll see you. I'll chuck you a deuce. That's it, Holmes. You can't come nowhere near me. But I'm shocked that a lot of brothers go on to your platform and they're looking for their 5 minutes. And they're looking for it in the wrong place. Yeah. Shit. It's one thing to be a journalist, right? But to do it without a level of integrity, meaning you come in and just take, right? And put nothing back from what you're taking, right? I'll say he's exploited a lot of us for clicks and views at our people's own expense. I don't see this on any other platform, any other platform that any of the artists I've seen go on. Not any. Even when Dirk and Vaughn were on the Breakfast Club, and it was getting a little out of, you know, Vaughn was getting a little ahead of himself. You could see that everybody in the room kind of gave him a look check, and then, you know, Dirk reeled him in. Didn't let him crash all the way out. If he was on Vlad, he'd have crashed all the way out. All the way out. It'd have been a wrap on that. All the way out. But this is what I'll be talking about when we moving about different things, right? So think about the aftermath of this man's interviews, right? Such cases like Rollo, Casanova, and a few others, where their appearances on Vlad were followed by their arrest and illegal battles and even death. Do this dude even take responsibility for any of that shit? No, he moving right along, collecting his checks. Yeah. It's just a reflection, man, of how some of the guests that came on there and crashed all the way out. And he's sitting there just like, yeah, so tell me about the night or the day, and how do you feel when he smacked you across the face with his, what did you do? And why didn't you do it? And, well, they told me that you did X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And, well, I, you know, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all artists, man, when y'all go on this motherfucker show, when it comes to things that could potentially hurt you, shut the fuck up like it's Friday. Yeah. Don't be one of those that fall in the trap, man, because you in awe, you sitting there with this white boy who don't give a fuck about you because he knows that if he draws down his clicks, there's a check for him. And because it's his intellectual property, he can run these reels forever on you. And you'll get your, well, I don't know what he's giving you, if he's giving you anything. He might pay for your hotel room and travel. I don't know. I don't know what he's giving you. Yeah. But I'll tell you, there's a lot in the world that are in the industry that refuse to sit down with because they know the play. You got to be, man. You got to be astute in your business. You got to know what it is you're doing. If you're breaking law, you know. Shut up. If you own anything, man, shut up. You know, you can't be out here just dealing about on it, man, and going to talk with people and recording things with people like these platforms. And you think people are not watching? Yeah, your ops are watching this shit. You can say something slick. Okay, well, you know, he said such and such. Let me send this to the people. And then he have to come on, man. Got to do better. We got to do better. Now I can speak about this man exploitation, but shit, if we are a part of the help and we doing it, then what else are we saying? What else are we doing? Shit. Yeah. Oh, shit. Let me handle some goddamn business. Hey, look, if you like the show, man, listen. Subscribe, man. Like, hit the bell. Share it, man. Let them know we here. Been here. Follow me on the Insta slut. Yeah, double tap me. Let me know you came through. Yep. And I'm on Facebook too. Yeah. I don't want to keep talking about it, man, but damn. It's sad that old boy got to go through what he going through. I hope they get the right one. Yeah. I hope Dame gets some peace out of this once they get the right one. Hint, hint. Shout out to Dame, man. He was necessary. Solid. Wasn't with the bullshit. He was about the money. And still is about the money. Fifth a sly motherfucker too, man. He knew when to get out the way. He saw the writing, and it was on the wall a long time ago. Yeah. You know I'm a shit starter, right? So certain shit is on repeat, and I'm just sitting here rocking to it because I'm a shit starter, and I like to start shit. I want all the smoke. All the smoke. I want all of it. All of it. Listen, if a motherfucker wrong, man, I want them to do their shit, man. I want them to see what they need to see for their wrong shit. But I don't want it to be where someone's putting their thumb on the scale of justice to railroad another brother. Okay? If you're gonna get him for what he did. If he was on some motherfucking quack, deviant bullshit that did something to somebody, get him for that. Get him. By all means, get him. But don't go making nothing up, man. We've seen enough of that. You understand me? Come with the facts. Come with the facts or don't come at all. Make it make sense. There's no reason why he shouldn't have bail. If he surrendered his passport, he surrendered his plane, all of that. Murderers get bail. Motherfucker can kill 5 people and get bail. Yeah. And all of the things he's doing right now, this shit is alleged until it's been proven. I had a situation, man, in the Southern District of New York years and years ago. I can talk about it now. I'll tell you like this. Okay. Around the fight game. I'm going to put it on out there. I don't give a fuck at this point. Listen, there was a situation where there was this promoter. And the way the fight game was going, it was a sweet deal. There was a lot of things going on, and it was a good time. Everybody was eating. Everybody was boom. And after the fights, we would all travel somewhere. And I ended up getting involved with a fighter's wife, and it went on for a minute, and let's just say I ended up with a chain of custody warrant to this individual's case. And I'm going to tell you how the Eastern or Southern District of New York, they play. Man, they play to win. Listen, they play to win. I was on the run for a year and a half, man. I wasn't coming in for shit. Fuck y'all. You got to find me. Yeah. I remember, man, my grandmother was alive at that point in time. And I had did Maxwell, St. Louis. Never forget it. I called on the phone, hey, mama, I'm fly in and we'll take care of certain things with the house, so on and so on. And hung up the phone with her, and she said, yeah, as soon as you hung up the phone, they was kicking the door in, asking where I was at. And yeah, you got to read the book to find this shit out. God damn it, you gotta read the book. It's in the book. Shit, I ain't even gonna sit here and just screw around with you, but it's actual factual. It's in the book, man. And people was on my line. You hear me? They were on my line, and I wasn't showing up. Cause trust me, nigga, okay, folks was dropping. You hear me? They was going up out of here behind that case. Not I. Not I. And it's a shame, man, the stuff that I'd seen, like allegedly, a certain fighter knocked Wesley Snipes' ass out in the bathroom of one of the hotels. Allegedly. Allegedly, a lot of folks was lined up in the situation to get paid from this quote unquote promoter. Yeah. Allegedly. This tastes so good. Yeah. But all in all, I still have all the paperwork, anything I got, it's in the book. Yeah. Shout out to Agent Warren Flag and Don L. Baum, and yeah. I'm just naming a few folks that was involved in that situation. Yeah, man. Telling you, when you sit in situations like this, man, that's going on, people say things, do things, make people do things, and say things that the things ain't even happen, but the things are what they want to be said and be proven, and those things will happen if they put the right pressure on the people with the things that got the things. You hear me? Yeah. Anyway, I came on here, put a little paint where it ain't. I talked about some relationship stuff last night in regards to, um, how some females are moving with the guys. But you know what? Let me tell you fellas something, man. Real talk, there's some good women out here. There are some good women out here. They've been dealt a lot of bad cards because I've fucked up ass brothers and a lot of times done some shit to them to make them see some things that are different. But I will say this, if you are patient and you're not concerned with losing something and you believe that your hand that you playing is going to yield you a return, then go on and step up and get that woman because you ain't getting no younger either. Playboy, player. Gotta take them shoes off sometime, man, and kick them up somewhere. And you can't knock her if she's still in her mojo and she's been doing her mojo for 20, 30 years, what here out in the streets, handling her business the way she got to handle it, you can't knock her. The only thing you can do is put your motherfucking foot down about how it is you're going to do what you're going to do and how you're not going to do what you're going to do. You got to have some non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. Don't fuck around on me. Don't disrespect me. Those are the only things you got to be really concerned about as a man. Not to say you're concerned, but those should be your key non-negotiables. Everything else you're supposed to do. Make provision, keep her safe, protect her, and all the rest. Be affectionate and all that bullshit. But everything else, you got to have that conversation with her. And don't think that people are going to forget habits they've been rolling around with for 25, 30 years, man, overnight. That's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? You got to think in your mindset that, it's like, well, what do you do? It's like, well, you think about growth. Have you grown much in the last 20 or 30 years? Have you truly grown? If you haven't, then there's some things you got to do. What's your money? How much savings do you actually have? You talking about playing and you being with a woman. There's something my brother was saying too. I think they put it out there. As a black man, if you ain't got $25,000 or $30,000 saved up that you can cover your expenses for at least a year, 6 months to a year, you don't need to be dating. God rest the dead. The same thing Brother Kevin Samuels was saying. Listen, man, if you ain't got it, there's no reason for you to be doing anything else. You should be working 60 to 70 hours a week. Take your punk ass to the Circle K or the 7-Eleven or the Giant or wherever the hell you are in the country and go to the Safeway or the Piggly Wiggly and put some groceries in a cart in the evening. And if you got a day job, work that shit too. Do some telemarketing. Whatever you got to do to get yourself to a point where your finances are not a concern to you when you invest in something that you are looking for something long term. We don't like to be alone as men. We may do it because it's just what comes with it, but I don't know no motherfucking man that winter's coming, and we all want to cuff a bitch. Excuse my French. We all want to cuff we all want to cuff a bitch. Let me just keep it honest. Want a buck. Winter's coming. This shit ain't gonna keep a nigga warm. You hear me? Yeah. This some temporary. This some now shit. But after this, I'm gonna want to lay up next to a warm body. It's getting cold. It's coming. Everything already cold and where you at, in general. We want somebody we can talk to and confide in about the things that we're doing, our dreams and goals and aspirations and stuff like that. We like that moral support. We want a cheerleader. We want one cheerleader. We don't need a whole lot. That shit looks good, man, but it ain't good. We all know it. Yeah. And if you got a woman that's kind of insecure, do whatever the fuck you got to do to make her secure. It's not a problem, man. Once you get her, you got her. That's the problem. We get caught up in the you know what? Here you go. I tell my daughters, and I'll tell you the same thing, ladies. when you're talking to that man and you're vetting him, be sure you're talking to a man and not that boy's mama with her trauma. Mm. A man's gonna put his motherfucking issue out because he's trying to get his issue. So if the things that he's talking about they're non-negotiables, he's gonna put them on the table, and that's gonna be that. And he's gonna hold you accountable to those non-negotiables while he's still doing his work. Now, if you got a motherfucker just slack off and fall off, and he ain't doing his work, and he want to hold you to something, okay, fuck that nigga, because he's some bullshit. But if he's still showing up, doing the things he's supposed to do, with you, making time, the big shit, the small shit, pulling the trash, pumping the gas, taking you out, helping you out in your house, doing the shit you need to do if you live in some house, it, you got to start somewhere. So if you get to that point, man, and the motherfucker's still showing up regardless of wasn't dealing with your bullshit, there comes a time where you have to say, who's up? What is he really doing? And what am I not doing? And if the things don't equate to anything that's going positive or forward, then yeah, you got to kind of reevaluate what's happening with you. You know what I mean? What are you not doing, and what is he doing? And what isn't he doing? Ladies, don't get to the point where you so caught up in you that you're not seeing what you got in front of you. Yeah. Take a look. You got to check every now and again. Don't be out here just fucking off and fucking up. Leaving you got options. A lot of y'all crash dummies, man, been rolling around here for years. Let me say something to you also. Every person you've laid with has distorted your whole being. You've been imprinted, so you have to recognize why a lot of times you are in comparison or comparing the individuals before you based on the people that you have dealt with in your past. And a lot of times, what makes it so stupid is you can sit back and say, oh, he wasn't shit. He hurt me. But the individual you're with, he's just getting to know you. He's just getting acquainted. He's just getting started. But a lot of you will reference your past for whatever reason it may be, and it's the very thing that caused you pain. Make the shit make sense. If you slight me once, okay, shame on you. You slight me twice, shame on you. You motherfucker, you can't slight me again. I'm gonna fuck you up. That's it. Done deal. Because we done already discussed the slight and non-negotiable. That's it. Boom, it's the wrap. I got the roll. I got to bounce out. I got the roll. But I'm saying that to say this. There's no way you're gonna hurt me and I'm gonna leave and move on to someone else. And I'm gonna double back to you in any way, shape, or form, in thought, in physical being, or otherwise. We can't even be cordial. And this is fact. I see you on the street, it's like I never knew you. Some of you motherfuckers will move on to your new relationship and with someone else and see the person that hurt you and go out of your way to engage the individual that hurt you. If that ain't some Munchausen syndrome bullshit if I ever seen, I don't know what is. Seeking the wrong attention. What I will say is that if you're willing to do those kind of things, you need to do some work on yourself and you need not to be bothered with anyone. Sometimes you do just need to be by yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being by yourself until you figure out what things you need to do to incorporate the goddamn stability you need for yourself mentally and physically so that you can go on. Yeah. You got to do what you got to do, man. So I came on here, man, put a little paint where it ain't. I done that. And yeah, man, damn, I feel for the brothers, man. I feel for them, man. It's a shame why we all have to be attacked while the other shit is going on with the other folks. Okay, here we go. Jaguar mentioned Harvey Weinstein, right? A lot of people don't know that he's given his New York time back. He's fighting for his LA shit now and stuff on the West Coast. He's halfway home. Yeah, quiet as kept. Do your homework. I always say, man, when you touch $100 million or more in assets and whatever in the music business or entertainment business or any business that you're in, it's way cold up there. It's cold as fuck. And people are playing for keeps. And if you in any way become a threat to them, they will drop you in a hole and go eat a spaghetti dinner and lay down and sleep like a baby. Yeah. I say it all the time. Wealthy people are not nice. Wealthy people are not nice. You can't be. There is a component in your mind and your body and your spirit that you have to shut off because I can't be concerned about what you personally feel or think about me. You don't even have that kind of access to me. Yeah. Listen, as I sit here and I talk about it, man, it's in the book. My paperwork says something different than most jokers that can sit on here and talk this shit. And I'm a stand-up guy. Stand-up guy. Listen, it takes a real one to measure themselves and be able to measure those around you and still be solid with yourself. This reverts back to the conversation I was having earlier about Jaguar Wright. Any room I go into, I'm comfortable with being me. I'm not code switching. I'm not changing my tone. I'm not changing the way I deliver anything. It is what it is. I'm not doing it. I have to be happy with me in any mirror I look in when I wake up in the morning. Yeah, that's like a man standing on a corner talking trash and another brother come across the corner. He got all it. The brother got all the fight in the world, and you know what would take the fight out of him? A man that would come across the street and put his whole open hand, right hand across the left side of his face. Take all the fight out of it. It wouldn't even be a fight. Because the amazement that happened to him, he'd be so appalled and broken in himself that he'd have to revisit that thing over and over and over and over again. This is what we do when we deny who we are when we step into certain rooms. And we allow people to play with us and play in our face about who we are and who we should be. Man, that's gonna go on a lot of motherfuckers' head. We even talking about this bullshit election. You got a motherfucking broad walking around here talking about she want to be president of these, United States, meaning this where we live and where we come from. And she don't even know who the fuck she is. Actually, she do, but she's running amok on us, talking about how she done motherfucking wash greens in a goddamn place where we wash our ass. We as black folks, we don't do that. That's someone who doesn't know our culture, i.e. another vulture like Vlad that's willing to take from us and not give us nothing and tell us on Front Street, yeah, I'll give another $8 billion to Israel and I'm not going to give you niggas nothing. Even down to the hurricane survivors that sit down there in our motherfucking space, right? And they sitting there talking about, what? You got $750? That's how we doing things? $750 for the people that are down there going through the motions, trying to get their goddamn life. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense to me. Listen, even on that, man, this woman is not going to be able to go into many rooms when we start to deal with the international situation because you have cultures that don't even deal with women, period. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's scary right now. It's really scary. I'm just mad at the fact that this motherfucker told us she ain't gonna do shit for us. And we built this motherfucker. And contrary to most people that think they know what they know, do you know that slavery didn't end when people thought it ended in the 1800s, whatever the fuck you want to call it? It was 1863, some shit like that. I don't know. It ended in 1975. Jim Crow ran that strong and that long in this motherfucking country. Have you ever seen the Jim Crow laws in this book in this country? The book fucking boy, god damn. Listen, in Georgia in the 70s, they were still making niggas pay the black tax to walk around down there. And you still got sundown towns in this country, i.e., and this is North Carolina. Yeah, don't you get your hind parts caught down there sundown. We talking about this young boy that went down there and stopped at the down and had dinner and hung up behind the thing, talking about he beat himself up and he hung himself. For what? Listen to me. Truckers make good money when they travel. When they over the road, they make some good motherfucking money. They can come back with $10, $15, $20,000, depending on how they set their fucking load board up. So you mean to tell me this brother was out here, I don't know how many times or how many days, and let's say he was out there for a fucking week. He might have $15,000 on his person or in access to him. He's trying to get back home to take care of his babies and his woman. So he gonna go behind a diner and beat himself up and hang his motherfucking self from a tree. And y'all gonna call it suicide. Man, make it make sense. But yet and still, shit, you got the brother out here in Missouri, they done fucking murdered, and he's innocent. Yeah. Anytime a prosecutor's gonna call in and say, hey, look, man, I believe he's innocent, he didn't do it, and so on and so on, and you got the raggedy ass governor in the Supreme Court in Missouri to say, yeah, well, we hear you, but we killing this nigga tomorrow. Make it make sense. Make that shit make sense to me. This is what we up against, right? This is why I question everything that goes on when it comes to one of us. You're not gonna tell me a motherfucker been rolling around high profile, I don't give a fuck who you are, raping and knocking down and drugging and doing all kinds of shit to people, and are we just now getting to him? That's bullshit. You motherfuckers was with the shit. Y'all wanted to go out there and get what you can get from the situation. And now your Johnny come lately asses want to show up when somebody decides to say, you know what, we're going to pull the trigger. And I'm going to tell you something. If I was representing him, the lawyer, the attorney in me was representing him, I'd be pulling the trigger as fast as I could to get him to trial. Now, the fucked up part about trial is that everything we do in this trial can be potentially become evidence in the civil matters and the sentencing hearing if we blow trial. But because the way it happened, and we talking about three fucking counts, yeah, I'm ready to fight. Because what I do know is that a lot of times, man, the government will sit back and do shit just to see if they can do it. They'll call you bluff. They're not even prepared. I can tell you they're not prepared. They're still doing their discovery. Because trust me, if they were right and they were with it and they really did their investigation, yeah, this shit would have happened a long time ago. It wouldn't have just happened based on Cassie's case and raiding the house and we getting some tapes and some oils and some dildos. No, this shit would have been happened. It would have been happened. And the fact that they're holding him in there, it looks worse for him. And it's intent for him to walk in there in that jumpsuit and do his status hearings and change, because now we can get all kinds of composite drawings and all kinds of shit and continue to talk and speculate. Speculation gets motherfuckers hurt and killed, man. I keep saying it. It's not what the fuck you think you know, is what you can prove. I'm waiting for the proof. So until then, I'm riding with my brother, and I don't give a fuck what y'all feel. As far as I'm concerned, I wasn't there. I didn't see it happen. It's hearsay. Show me some video. Show me the 1,000 bottles of oil. I want you to roll that shit into. If I was his attorney, I would demand that shit be rolled in here. We're gonna put it in here in front of every motherfucking body and all the boxes. And we're gonna roll the dildos in here. We got to set the projector up. We're gonna roll tape and everything. If it exists, we're gonna put the motherfucking case on. I'm being paid a goddamn good bucket because you do it. Yeah. Straight like that. Ah, my gosh. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Listen, if you like the show once again, man, hey, tap in, subscribe, hit the bell, man. Share it. Let people know we here. We here. We here, goddammit. We here. Follow me on Insta too, man. Yeah. Also on Facebook. Facebook. There's some goofy motherfuckers over at Facebook, man. I don't know what they on, man. I came on, I talked my shit tonight. I talked it. Look, man, we gotta watch ourselves. This is treacherous times here, man. We dealing with treacherous times. If you live in a city, I'll tell you like this: on the weekends, man, start trying to get out of the city that you're in. Find you a bug out spot. There's some things that are going on right now, and a lot of times, man, we don't see them because we get distracted with things like this. And there have been some Senate subcommittees that have been going on and talking about things that are happening around us, and even how the FBI is being weaponized, that kind of thing. And there are a lot of top FBI agents that are retired, and they're declaring some things. You and your family need to sit down and have conversations about things that may happen, and if so, places that you can get to, rally points, places that you potentially can go and be safe outside of your city and your area. I'm just putting this out there, man. It's on my spirit, and I'm just saying it to you because I put that in place years ago. I have a rally point. Me and my family, we know, boom, if we are separated, we can't communicate, boom, we get there, and then that's it. Find your place with a water source, stock you some food up, and do a lot of things that you need to do, and get you some stuff, man, because I'm gonna tell you something. You can't trust these people, not nowadays. And I'll tell you something that's fearful, and I've been watching, and I think you guys need to do your homework on it. These FPV drones. They actually have drones, man, that they have been putting munitions in and flying around and killing people. Unaliving people, excuse me. Unaliving people. Yeah. And anyone can have them. You kind of got to be on point. There's some things that are happening. And the threats, although, certain things are past, but some things may be real. I would rather you be in a position where you have something and don't need it than to need something and don't have it. That's just my 2 cents. Don't get comfortable in your palatial spots because, as COVID shown us, in a moment, all of this shit can change. Okay? And all you're getting, get you some understanding. Look, hey, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like, share it, man. Let your friends know. Hey, I'm here. God damn it, I'm here. Nobody loves you. I do. Love on yourself. Let people see you loving you so they know how to love you, man. If you don't love yourself, man, how do you expect anyone else to love you? I wish the best, man, to everybody that's going through something, man, and I hope the best out of people, even going through the worst when they're being accused of things that have yet to be proved based on hearsay. And anyone that has been affected, that has been a victim of something like the things that are being professed, I pray healing to you, if it is so. Yeah, if it's so, then the chips fall where they may. I'm just one of these people who are loyal, and I'm gonna stand with my people. I don't give a shit who you are, especially when you go into the system that is corrupt as the ones that we go through based on our because we don't have the collective protection, and there's always a motherfucking collection from our backs and who we are and who we have been. And like I said, man, do your homework. You know, the world wants us to be so much better than what we are when we actually really just got beyond slavery in 1975. I'm not just talking shit, man. Do your homework. I'm here to inspire you. Nothing else. Put paint where it ain't. Yeah. All you're getting, get you some understanding. And for what it is and all of that good stuff, and for all intents and purposes, get the fuck off my line. Peace.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.